Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a great weekend and that you are doing really well. It's Monday, November 4th. Let's take a look at Bitcoin price evolution. More specifically, we'll spend some time on the diagonal count and the motive count I have. Let's start with the diagonal count. So quick recap, the hypothesis on the diagonal count is that since the low formed early August, price is moving within a diagonal, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a diagonal, and the first wave is 3 move up. The second wave is 3 move down. The third wave appears to still be in the making. There was a lot of confusion early on that this would have been the top of wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then we would go for a deep pullback for wave 2. But the recent price movement, this last 2 weeks and a half of price movement indicates that there is a probability that this run-up that we started since September 6th is actually the third wave in the making. And the third wave is unfolding as an ABC, the correction up. What is important to keep in mind with diagonal is that they unfold in two different structures. You either have alternation between 5 up and 3 down, all the way up to wave 5, or you have no alternation, meaning that each of the wave is a 3 wave. And so here in this particular scenario, if we assume that the diagonal is unfolding, then we have 3 up for 1, 3 up down for 2. And now we have the third in the making, for which apparently there is already an A completed, a B completed, and now we're doing the C of 3. If you look closer, I'm going to stay on the 4-hour. If you look closer for the A leg of this third, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as A of a lower degree, and then 3 down for B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that completes the C leg of this A, B, C, which is the A of the third we're looking for. Okay. Now, if we look at this one, the correction, 3 move down as an A, B, C for wave B. Now, the logic would want us to find, or should I say, analyze the counts in the same manner as we have analyzed the A leg for the C leg. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as wave A, 1, 2, 3 down A, B, C as wave B. And now the recent move up is a 1, assumed to be 1, and then a second one. Now we would be looking for a third, fourth, fifth to form. If the count is correct and that's wave A and that's wave B, then we can have a wave C that is either 74,672 or 78,947. So somewhere between 74,500 and 78,000, let's call it 79, because it's quite close to 79, we should see the top of wave C forming, for which we still want to see. And now I'm going to move to the 1 hour. If, and I'm saying if, this is the bottom of the correction for wave 2, then we want to see an impulse motive wave to the upside for wave 3. Right now, you can even look at the 15 minutes. That's a bit more risky, but we can look at it. If we assume that this correction is done, which by the way, we will see it in more detail in the motive scenario, but is apparently WXY. I'm going to put it in red. You have your W here as a 3-wave move down, A, B, C for W. The 0 is here. A sharp 3-wave move up for X, A, B, C for X. And then wave Y that appears to come right there. A, B, and C down for Y. So technically, this WXY correction could be the end of the wave 2 as part of this C leg that we're looking for. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C of C of 3. Yeah. So we're looking for completion of this C wave that is supposed to unfold in 5 waves to the upside as a motive. Now, as we always highlight, corrections, they tend to take time, they tend to be complex more often than not, and it would be a fool's errand to call the correction complete. Let's just assume that this part, this WXY, has bottomed here at 67,476 on Binance. And we can assume that this is the end, and now we look for 3 waves to the upside, from which it appears we have a leading diagonal as of many smaller degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that is the leading diagonal, then we should expect a pullback that appears to be unfolding for a wave 2. Yeah, so this pullback could be taking us down to between 68,479 and 67,900. Yeah, so the wave 2, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a leading diagonal, the wave 2 should find support somewhere in between 67,900 and 68,479. Yeah. Should price break down this 67,476, then that's an indication that first, it was not a leading diagonal, and second, the correction that we assume to be a WXY complete is not complete, that there is more downside to come. Okay? Now, to the upside. If this is indeed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a leading diagonal, and now we pull back and we find support here, then price should move back up for a wave 3 after the first and the second in a 5-wave pattern. And we want to look for possible areas of resistance, overhead resistance. Yeah. So let me just change this fib here, and we will put retrace fib, and we would probably find price having resistance between 69,500 and 71,021. More specifically here, 7,400. Yeah, 70,400 could be a strong areas of resistance because it's the 702% retracement from the top of wave X down to the assumed bottom of wave Y. Okay. Should price break through this resistance level, an even stronger indication that we indeed bottom the correction, the assumed leg of the correction, is if price makes a new high compared to the top of wave X at 71,646 on Binance. So you have two things to watch for in the very short term. One is to find price having a support area between 67,900 and 68,500, and then price move back up for a construction of wave 3 of a lower degree and find areas of resistance. More specifically, watch for the 70,400. Stronger indication that we are going back to the upside is if price makes a new high compared to the top of wave X at 71,650. That is the assumption that this is correction finished, and now we move back up. Now, if this correction is only a part of the correction and that is not finished, then we should see price go up, provided that we don't break down. And this is said, and we're not coming back to that. Price could move back up because you could have indeed a portion of this wave 2 correction, and that it would finish somewhere there. What is really important is really to identify the moving structure or the structure that the price is going to make to the upside, and especially this 70.2%. Yeah. Break this, find support here, break this resistance level here, and make a new high compared to the top of wave X will add confidence to the idea that this correction is over. Of course, you will want to see price move in a 5-wave pattern to the upside and break and make a new high compared to 73,632. Yeah, that would be the top of wave 1 to be broken. And that will add even more confidence that this correction wave 2 is over, and now we are walking towards making a new high. Let's make a quick projection to identify where is the wave 3 in brackets potentially headed. We have 1, 2, 3, 6, 77, 962 could be a good target for a wave 3 to form. So that's something to keep in mind. And I think that's it for the diagonal. So remember, the diagonal is bullish midterm, but it might come as a blow to a lot of people because once we reach the top of wave 3, we will go down for a wave 4. And then we go back up for a wave 5. Okay, so it's short term, or should I say midterm, bullish because we still have a move down, a move up to complete for wave 3. We'll have 3 wave move down for wave 4 and another 3 wave move up to complete wave 5 of 1. It's only after that that we will have a deeper pullback for a wave 2 to form. Okay. So that's for the diagonal. If you like what you are hearing and seeing on the chart, please leave a comment, put the thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. And now we're going to take a look at the motive scenario, which is the most likely scenario that is unfolding. And there it is. So the motive, quick recap, we'll do the same also. The assumption made from early August is that we have a 5-wave move up as a leading diagonal. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's wave 1. We went down as an ABC for wave 2. And within the third in bracket, we already completed wave 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1. And then ABC down for wave 2. And so now we are into the process of making a third of a third. Yeah. Within the third, we did wave 1, wave 2. That's the assumption, okay? So as far as the count goes, it is assumed that wave 2 has bottomed here as 65,600, give or take. And that now we have 5 waves to the upside of a lower degree to form a wave 1. And we have a WXY that I was talking about earlier as a wave 2. So here again, same assumption as for the diagonal count. We consider that wave 2 has bottomed and that we look for a wave 1 to form and a wave 2. So the diagonal count is the same as the motive one as far as the 15-minute time frame is concerned, is that this is a leading diagonal as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now price is going down to find support, as I was saying, between 67,700 and 68,500, somewhere in that range. Actually, I'm going to label it as a wave 2 for clarity. 67,900 and 68,500. Yeah, we should see price correcting as an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as A, 3 up for B, and then 5 down for C potentially is what is unfolding. We will want to look at, as I was saying, same indication because both counts, they look to the upside in the very short term. It's only after a couple of alternation that we will see a deeper pullback if it's the diagonal. If it's the motive scenario, then the picture is much brighter, and I think this is the most likely scenario that is unfolding because you have a wave 3 in bracket that has a minimum expected target. Where is my wave 3 in brackets at above 100K? Yeah. But right now we are focused on finding the continuation of this third wave in the making. So the third wave has an expected target of 85,636, 85,600, yeah, give or take. So this is a very bullish count. I think it's the most likely scenario to unfold simply because of the way price has moved. And if you look at, I'm going to remove the count. If you look at the way the volume is, depicting the scenario is that whenever price goes down, the amount of volume that is being exchanged throughout the downsides is not as thick or sustained as it is to the upside. Yeah, so that's an indication that even though price is going down to correct the previous move up, there is not a strong appetite to unload spot asset, spot Bitcoin. Just simply look at the upside volume, look at the downside volume. And what is also worth highlighting regarding the volume is that every swing low marks a thickening or a spike in volume. We keep on making higher highs and higher lows, so that's also a strong indication that we are in an uptrend. And the most recent swing low that we want to watch for to keep the higher high, higher low pattern intact is 65,272. You break that down, then you it indicates a shift into the market structure. It doesn't mean that price is going to go down. We could consolidate horizontally for a while, but at least it will indicate that the higher high, higher low pattern has ended. Yeah. Regarding the RSI on the 4-hour, not much to say really. There is no strong indication. I mean, not much to say. That's not entirely true. I mean, we made a huge spike into overbought, and now price has almost reached oversold. RSI has almost reached oversold, whereas price did not even come close to the previous low. So that's an indication that there is strength in the market. Yeah. Because we moved previously from close to oversold into overbought territory, and now we're back close. We went back close to oversold. However, the price stayed a little bit beneath the middle of this upward movement. So there is strength in the market. If you look at the technicals now, so let me move this into the motive section and let's take a quick look at the technicals. The picture is also bright, even though this descending trend line that has been capping the price since mid-March has been tested a second time, and then we broke through, and now it appears that we did an underside retest of this line, and that is 4-hour candle, so 12 hours of test underside and rejected so far. Now, remember, we expect, if this is a leading diagonal here, we expect price to come down to form a bottom as a wave 2. I am not too worried about this descending trend line having opened the price to open the door for the price to go underneath again, because trend lines, they're meant to be broken. They are here for visual guidance. Yeah. So even though we're below the trend line, there is no indication that we're going to go trade back down. It's possible that we go down, but so far this just move back down, and this retest does not indicate anything. We would need to break the most recent low at 67,488 to really add confidence to the idea that we're going to come down to test this demand area that we partially consumed between 65,219 and 64,800. Yeah, but so far the picture is bullish. To the upside, as I was saying, if this is a leading diagonal on the 15 minute, it's even more visible, but on the 1 hour, it's enough. And that the correction is complete, WXY as an ABC down for wave 2, then we should see price go down for wave 2 and then go back up. And areas of resistance we could find are those supply zone that would probably attract the price for liquidity, 71,200, 71,361 for the first one. And if price breaks above this high, which is the top of wave X, we could see liquidity being tapped at 72,300 and 72,661. I think that's the counts for the moment. The picture is bright. I don't think we should be worried about this pullback. It's kind of expected. It would have been very surprising that we would continue to push up. A lot of short positions were liquidated here, and now we need to correct the run up around this descending trend line. Keep in mind the various counts I mentioned for the motive count and the diagonal counts, and I'll be back for another update very soon. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.